I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years, literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him, like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy. Yeah, no, this is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said, well, I said Leah, haha, and then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me? And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random. And I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now. Plot twist, my bad. He said, think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya. And then the conversation just ended and honestly woke up mortified. Simply mortified. So please stitch this with any other stories that you have that are similar or worse than this, so it makes me feel better about my decisions. Thank you.
She texted him after 8 years of silence and actually expected a warm welcome. Let that sink in. 8 years. No check-in. No closure. Nothing. And the moment she decided it was convenient, she came back knocking. But here's what she didn't count on. He leveled up. He moved on. He stopped waiting. A man who knows his value doesn't keep a door open for someone who never even said goodbye. That chapter? Closed. Locked. Burned. The hardest pill to swallow is a rejection. It's realizing you were never as unforgettable as you thought. So tell me, would you have responded to that text?
Dates for a whole year. You know my mom. You literally text her all the fucking time. We've had 5 pregnancy scares, and you say we're still just friends?
Yeah, we are still just
Are you serious? Just friends after all of that?
She left a good man chasing someone she thought was an upgrade. Spoiler alert, Chad never saw her the same way. To him, she was a Tuesday night. Nothing more. While she was out there playing games, the man she left was quietly winning. New life, new energy, new everything. And she's standing there watching it all. From the outside, this is what happens when you trade loyalty for options. You don't find better. You just find out too late. The most dangerous moment in dating? When you mistake someone's interest in your body for interest in your future. Chad moved different, and she never even saw it coming. So be honest. Have you ever mistaken lust for love?
Why haven't you been answering me? I thought something happened.
I've been
and
busy.
Then you come out the door all happy and stuff.
I've been busy.
Busy doing what? Too busy for me? Too busy for game?
I've been busy, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Ever since the last time we saw each other, like, you've been acting weird.
I mean, what you mean? You got a whole man. Why you care about me?
Where you going?
I got plans,
Okay,
bro.
where? I tell you my plans.
I'm seeing someone.
Seeing who? Who are you seeing?
Sandbox girl.
No. Wait.
Bro, I literally have plans. What are you doing? First of all, you have to come out with me. Like, what? Bro, what are you doing? Bro, no, we can't do this, bro.
Do what?
I'm leaving.
Okay, but...
I have plans. Like, it's time. Like,
it's just 5 minutes with me. I just want to spend time with you.
hell no,
Just
bro.
give me 5 minutes.
Bro, you already appeared here uninvited. I don't know, like, who you think you are doing that, bro?
You came to my house uninvited, and I gave you 5 minutes before I went to go see my friend. So I think you could give me...
She wanted him available 24/7, but committed? Absolutely not. On her terms, on her schedule, on her mood. And the second he said enough, she completely fell apart. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. She didn't want him. She wanted the option of him. Big difference. The moment he chose himself over her games, the guilt trip started. The mind game started. The "why are you doing this to me" started. But a man who has outgrown a situation doesn't walk back into it just because she's uncomfortable. He doesn't negotiate with chaos. He doesn't trade his peace for her convenience. That door closed the moment she took him for granted. No second chances. No callbacks. No returns. Some men finally realize they were never the option. They were always the prize. Drop a 1 if you stop going backwards. Because real growth, it only moves one direction.
Found out that I'm not hot, and this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either, and I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know. Can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number one, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number two, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hungover that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. Wah. Number one, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful? Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number two, I need to level up. I need to level up. I need to get hotter. I don't feel like a hot woman would have an issue with this at all. She'd have that granite moved. She'd have a kitchen island.
She expected the men she pushed into the friend zone to keep showing up whenever she needed.
Friend zoned them, ignored them, told them, "You're like a brother to me." But the second she needed a granite slab moved, suddenly everyone's her best friend. And when nobody showed up, she didn't look inward. She said she needed to get hotter. Let that land for a second. Not, maybe I should have treated people better. Not, maybe I burned those bridges. Just, I need to be prettier. That's the most revealing thing she said. Because here's what changed. Men woke up. They stopped showing up for women, who only call when something's heavy. Emotionally, physically, both. Your energy is not a free service. Your time is not a backup plan. Your effort is not owed to someone who never once made you feel chosen. The friend zone isn't just uncomfortable. It's unpaid labor with a smile. And more men every day are finally sending that invoice back unopened. So tell me, how many times did you show up for someone who never showed up for you?
If you don't go to the system, I'm gonna break this phone.
No, you're not. I promise you're not breaking nothing. Stop being toxic, bro. Yo, chill my phone, chill. What the fuck?
Deleted.
He was right there, loyal, present, consistent, and she looked him dead in the eyes and chose someone else. Now that someone else is gone. And he's thriving. New girl, new energy, genuinely happy. And she's in the corner, breaking her own phone. Think about that. Not crying quietly, not reflecting, destroying her own property because she can't destroy his peace. This is what entitlement looks like. When it finally meets a wall, she didn't lose a man. She lost control. And for some people, that's actually scarier because the man was never really hers. He was just available until he wasn't. Here's the part that stings most. Nobody did this to her. No betrayal. No lies. No cheating. He simply found someone who chose him first. And she cannot survive that reality. A broken phone won't rewind time. A guilt trip won't rebuild trust. And tears won't undo years of taking someone for granted. The call she needs to make tonight isn't to him. It's to herself. So ask yourself honestly, is there someone in your life right now that you're taking for granted? Because one day, they'll stop being available too, and you won't even see it coming.
Call up a guy and say you want to hook up tonight.
Oh, I got a good one. Can we hang out whenever you get back?
Now you want to hang out?
No, I do, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
I'm gonna go with someone else.
Go.
That's
Go?
the guy that has had a crush on me since.
He said yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Every demand, every request, every, can you just this one time? He showed up, and she mistook that consistency for something that would never run out. But here's what nobody tells you about patient people. They're not weak. They're just giving you time to figure out what you're losing. And when that time runs out, there's no warning, no countdown, no second chance conversation, just a quiet, final no. And that one word shattered everything she built in her head about him because the fantasy was never real. She didn't love him. She loved that he was controllable. She loved that he was predictable. She loved that he was always there. The moment he became someone she couldn't manage, the whole illusion collapsed. This isn't heartbreak. This is a power loss. and she doesn't know how to function without that power. The most dangerous version of moving on isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It's a man who simply stops answering. Calmly, permanently, for good. Tell me in the comments, have you ever been the one who kept saying yes until you finally didn't?
You're actually dating. Like, seriously.
Yeah, it's a date, not a vow exchange.
You're not even her type. I mean, I'm sure she wants someone more emotionally stable. You know, somebody with matching socks.
Backup plan. Plan B. The option she returned to when everything else fell through, and you accepted that, maybe without even realizing it. Showing up, being there, waiting patiently in the background while she explored better options. Then one day, someone else saw your value. Someone else chose you first, not as a backup, not as a maybe, first. And suddenly, she has opinions. Suddenly, she's concerned. Suddenly, she's available. Funny how that works. But here's what's really happening. She doesn't want you. She just doesn't want anyone else to have you. That's not love. That's not even interest. That's possession without commitment. And the advice she's giving you right now, it's not for your happiness. It's to keep you exactly where she needs you. Available, accessible, waiting. Don't fall for it. The moment you go back, you confirm everything she believed, that you'll always be there, that you'll always choose her, that your boundaries mean nothing. Wish her well, mean it genuinely, then turn around and never look back, because the right person never made you feel like a second choice. To begin with, drop a 2 if you finally stopped being someone's backup plan, because you were never meant to be an option. You were always meant to be the choice.
$1,000 engagement ring at the club last night. She's single. We went out together, and she like begged me to take off the ring so that guys would come up to us and like we could like meld with the guy group and I could like wing woman her. And I agreed because I'm drunk already. Anyways, I get home. I checked every pocket of this damn jacket. There is no engagement ring to be found. How do I tell my
A $30,000 ring, not a cheap chain, not a bracelet. $30,000, and she took it off voluntarily at a club to impress strangers. Let that sentence exist for just a moment. She didn't lose it. She didn't forget it. She chose to remove it, chose to pretend. She wasn't someone's future wife, just for one night of attention. And now it's gone. And somehow, it's the friend's fault. It's the club's fault. It's everybody's fault, except the one person who slid that ring off her own finger. This is what accountability looks like when it's completely absent. No ownership, no remorse, just redirection. Because if she blames everyone else, she never has to face the real question. Was she ever really ready to be someone's wife? Because a woman who respects her commitment doesn't take off the symbol of it to seem more available in a room full of strangers. That ring wasn't just jewelry. It was a promise, and she traded it for a night she probably doesn't even fully remember. The most painful part? He didn't lose the ring. He lost who he thought she was. And that, no jeweler can replace. Tell me honestly, would you ever take off your engagement ring for a night out? Because your answer says everything about how you value commitment.
So I lost my best friend today. To be very clear, I was cut off by one of my closest friends. This is the message that he sent me. Pause to read and please read thoroughly.
Okay.
But this person held a very, very, very important place in my life, and it is super hurtful the way he went about it, texting me a message and then blocking me on all platforms so that I can't respond, but starting the message with, "Hey friend,
What do you want?"
He started talking to a new girl. They were talking on the way, literally on the way to Dallas. He was talking to her. I even jumped on FaceTime, said hey to her, introduced myself, and basically was like, "Hey girl, you have nothing to worry about. Like, we are strictly platonic. This is one of my closest friends, like a brother to me. Like, my kids love him. He's been there for me through so many things." She's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Again, they had only just started talking 4 weeks ago. Apparently she's uncomfortable with me. So in the message it says, Camila, I guess that's the girl's name, doesn't want us to be friends at all. He wishes me and the boys well. He loves us, whatever.
This wasn't heartbreak. Let's be very clear. This was never about love. She wasn't crying over him. She wasn't mourning the connection. She was mourning the control, because as long as he stayed, she had power. His presence was her safety net, her backup, her ego boost. On the days everything else fell uncertain, and the second he said, "I'm done," that safety net disappeared, and she had nothing left. To catch her fall, that's the meltdown you witnessed. Not grief, withdrawal, like someone whose most reliable source of validation just walked out the door permanently. Look at every story in this video. Really look. The woman texting after 8 years. The one showing up uninvited. The one breaking her phone. The one losing the ring. Different situations. Same pattern. Every single time. A man finally chose himself. And every single time, she couldn't handle it because the world told her he'd always be there. That patience has no expiry. That loyalty can be taken for granted indefinitely. But that world was wrong. Men are waking up quietly, firmly, permanently. They're protecting their peace like it's the most valuable thing they own, because it is. So here's the final question. This entire video was building toward, are you the person who keeps showing up for someone who never chooses you first? Or are you finally ready to be unavailable to the wrong people so you can be fully present for the right ones? The choice is yours. Make it deliberately. If this video made you think, made you reflect, made you recognize a pattern you've been living inside, then this was made for you. Like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe, because we're just getting started. Your peace is worth protecting every single time.